My name is Colleen Murphy, and I played Dr. Graves. Well, I saw an audition notice for Grim Whimsy, and so that just the title Grim Whimsy caught my eye. So I read through it and found that it was actually for a film. And I've never done a film before, and I thought that sounded like something I would want to try now that I'm retired and I have time to do that. So I followed the directions and sent in a short video, and then I got the news that I was invited to be Dr. Graves. I really appreciate Alyssa's style of directing. As a newcomer to film, I really felt she was cognizant of my newness to the genre, to cover that bridge from stage acting to film acting, so I really appreciated that. She was extremely tolerant and extremely patient, and she always wanted to make sure that, I feel that she always wanted to make sure that we looked our best and did our best, and I really appreciated that, because I'm not someone who likes sloppiness in my work, and she wasn't allowing sloppiness, and I really appreciated that. But she also made me feel very at ease and very comfortable with what was going on. I have wanted to be an actress since I was 5 years old. As a child, I loved playing dress up. I loved playing, characters and that kind of thing. There was a time there where I decided I wanted to be an actress because they lived such a glamorous lifestyle, and I decided that was definitely for me. But the older I got, the more I just truly enjoy creating different characters. And that for me is still the attraction of doing theater and film. I love creating a completely different person than myself. And, that's my artistic expression. For me, it's my passion. Transitioning from stage to theater is quite a change, because in theater, as you know, you're in the moment. You do this show and there's no going back, and, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake, and you just have to take it and run with it. But in film, you do it again and again and again. And as an actor, there were times when it's like, well, I thought that was pretty good, but, I'm not thinking about camera angles and, lights and those kinds of things. And so there is a transition. It's a much longer process, a much more meticulous process. You don't have the reaction of the audience right there, which is very different. But I enjoyed it because, I felt like, oh, that wasn't so good, I want to try that again. And so you did have those opportunities. So yeah, it's a little bit different. I found it to be very, very instructional, and intriguing. I enjoyed watching the process and watching what all of the different people do. They're so industrious, and they are so committed to what it is that they're doing, and I really, truly enjoyed that. I would definitely do film again. I think what I enjoyed the most about playing Dr. Graves is her empathy. She has great confidence, and she presents herself as an equal, as knowledgeable, as she has authority, but she's not dictatorial. She's confident in herself, and she's confident in what she knows and what she does. She's very professional. I appreciate that. And she's comfortable in her skin, I think, is what I really liked about her. Also, as I said earlier, I grew up, my father was an actor, so I grew up around medicine. And so I was able to draw a lot on my knowledge of people in the medical field. Because generally they are very empathetic to their patients and the people around them. And so I kind of took those two different worlds and kind of melded them together to come up with Dr. Graves. I think that a lot of people have an opinion that some women who achieve that level of power, if you will, come across as strident, or they have other words for it. But I think that's really inaccurate. I think that women who get to that position very oftentimes get to that level because of their empathy and sensitivity and awareness of what's going on in the world around them, and an awareness of people and how people operate. I think you have to be pretty sharp to get to that level, and I think you have to be pretty, you have to know people pretty well. And so I do think it's an accurate portrayal, because I think women who are strident and other terms don't necessarily get as far as they think that they should. What do I hope viewers will take away from this film? I hope that they will, first of all, be entertained. I hope that they'll be able to see a grain of reality, a grain of whimsy. I think that for me, film is an escape, and I hope that they can escape into this world for a while, and maybe empathize with some of the people, and maybe sympathize with some of the people, maybe not like some of the people, but just live outside themselves for an hour and a half or so, and I just hope they're entertained.